Hi, it's Chris Watkin here, and I'm with Paul Travers, the estate agency guru and top bloke, actually. Not a lot of you have probably come across him, but he's been on my scene for the last 6 months, and to be honest with you, he's absolutely spot on. Paul, we were having a chat last week, and we kind of came to the conclusion that all estate agents are stuck in the 1990s. Talk to me.
I don't want to be a basher of estate agencies. I think there's quite a lot of that out there. But it is a bit disheartening sometimes when you see the kind of model of all of the businesses really have hardly changed at all from the 1990s, from the kind of, that time you were a corporate for a bit, I think, and I was as well. And it's a real, kind of stiff template of sameness absolutely everywhere, and there seems to be a real reluctance to really step outside of it and do something that's really sodding inspirational for your neighbourhood. Everything is we're really professional, we really care about being estate agents, really passionate.
No, all estate agents, they're all different because they've all got different colours on their websites with different fonts with the word buy.
Yeah, people are all
they all do half a metre
Googling that, aren't they?
Okay, they all do brochures with photographs on, and they all do adverts that say free valuations wanted and look at our Rightmove graph, and then hey, they all go on the Rightmove. Oh, yeah, and they all look the same.
It's really your amazing, your amazing panel thing the other day with the what are they called? The ICG?
ICG.
Was it the ICG? Yeah. Was really some really brilliant people on it. But when that first question of the future of a estate agency came up, and basically the overriding agreement among the panel appeared to be that good customer service would be somewhere coming out of this. And I just thought, are we really, really still doing that? That kind of penny hasn't dropped yet. That being really storming and being really brilliant shouldn't be an exceptional thing. It should just be normal, really normal, and having people feel loved. Whether you're that question about can a corporate be as personal as a one-man band, for instance? Well, a corporate agent is full of individual people. So assuming that everybody that worked in the corporate was born human, then yes, it can be. When I was a corporate, my regional director came and sat at my desk and phoned up my vendors and in front of me and asked them if they were happy with the service, right? Do you get called enough? Do you know what's going on? All of that, right? So I don't know whether that still happens, but our service, does it not?
I tell you now, the amount of times I've asked estate agency bosses, when was the last time you actually went out on a val with your valuer?
And they don't go.
They don't go.
Okay, well, then then I would say calling them 1990s would be actually a compliment, because that's way back. That's way back. That's really crummy, and I'm astonished actually that why wouldn't you want to know what your people were up to? They're an ambassador for your company, right? Everyone who goes out, everything they say to everybody is branding. Yeah,
because most estate agents judge their valuers on their conversion rate.
Yes. Well, it's not a bad judgment, I suppose. At least it's measurable. But it just all seems a bit wrong. If you don't know what people are out there saying, and I suppose if you're accepting 50-60% conversion rate, if that's what you're accepting, then and actually now you've worked your model around this kind of slightly disheartening.
Let's be honest, it's really only 30 or 40%. You just don't put some of the free vouchers through on the book. But come on, let's cut to the chase. What do we need to do as an industry to get better?
Get out there and start communicating and relating with the people that live in your neighbourhood about the things that they're interested in. Not the things that you say, I think people would be really interested to know that. It's crap. What you want to be talking to people about is the things that interest them. So, for instance, if you look at what's up, say now on Google, what people are really searching right now, all the stuff they're searching is things like gardening, cooking, homeschooling, all this kind of how we're going to get through this, how we're going to do, how we're going to come out the other side, and how we're going to cope with it right now and stay sane and not go out of our minds all cooped up, right? That's what people are Googling, and that's what they're really, really interested in right now. Nobody is Googling, has my estate agent put a picture of the NHS logo in their window? And have they then done a LinkedIn post of that to let everyone know how they're really part of the community for the first time in their 20-year existence? You know, I'm sorry, but bandwagon. And I'm just a bit sick of seeing that. And it's really, if it is going to cause a shift, right? If it really is going to cause a shift, and now estate agents are going to be a genuine part of their community and make a real contribution, and I really think they can. I really think estate agents can make a fucking great, a really great contribution to the high street. I really think they can be a centre of it, right? I used to have art exhibitions in my office, and all these vendors and landlords and passers-by would come in. It was amazing, right? Local art community involved. It was really fabulous. No one told me to do it. It wasn't hard. Everyone loved it.
So your office was becoming almost like a hub of the town, using the advantage of the high street.
Estate agents, I reckon, my own view is that estate agents, more than any other business in the high street, can do that. I don't think there's a single other business in the high street that can really do that, because the estate agent has something in common with everybody who lives in that town. They live somewhere. They live in a property. Every single person does that, yeah? Some might be interested in glamorous hair and long nails, and some might be interested in going to a travel agent or the organic butcher or whatever. But everybody lives somewhere and wants it to be great and has an interest in their neighbourhood being a nurturing, fabulous place to live. So that is, there isn't another business that has that connection. None.
Yep, all we do as an industry is talk about ourselves and our firm, our market share, and how wonderful we are.
Yeah, are people Googling that?
No.
Homeowners Googling? Or are they talking, when you go into a coffee shop, they say, did you see the Rightmove statistics of that agent? They were third on number of properties listed this month. Wow. Oh my goodness me. How's your flat white?
I'm telling you now, it shocks me that anyone outside the industry doesn't actually know what a listing is. What else is the solution to be different, to almost magnetize and attract people to you? Is it as simple as being interesting to your audience and being attractive?
Yes, it is that simple. Specialising, there's another one. Pick a specialty of property and know something about it, right? So the last high street agent I was in, I was a loft specialist, right? And so I knew nothing. I knew I wanted to sell lofts, but I knew nothing. I was a suburban boy. I knew I wanted to sell lofts. So I went to this office, the Cold Start office. I was given it to open it up in London Bridge. And I just went through all the brochures of the loft developments and conversions that have been done. And I learnt about them. And then I went around to people's houses and said, this is all we do. Your building's great. I love the development here. I know the developer did this or whatever. I'm not like talking like knowing absolutely every last thing, but I knew something about the story of their building. And we said, and the only buyers we've got want this kind of place. That was it. So it sort of blew everyone else out the water. And we were charging 50% more than all of the other agents because it was very interesting. Your guy, Benjamin Thingy with the green braces.
Yep, Benjamin Dennehy.
What's his name?
Benjamin Dennehy.
I watched it last night. Dennehy. I watched it last night. And it was very interesting what he said about people saying, oh, your fee's a bit expensive, isn't it? Or he said something that's probably more than you want to pay, isn't it? And it reminded me that our line to that was when people would say the other agents are cheaper, we would say, well, don't you think they should be, given what they do? And it was a winner because when you relate to someone's property, when they see you as the person, oh, he knows all about my style of house, Victorian, 1930s, a Bovis home, whatever it is. If you're already related in that way, they already know that before you come round. Yeah, you're the agent that deals with that kind of thing, or their neighbourhood, or their price range, whatever specialism you want to pick. You're already in their mind as the one to use because you've just put all this stuff out there. I couldn't do it back then, but now with Instagram and Facebook and all of this, you can do it in a way that you never, ever, ever could before. You know, you can be that favourite before you press the doorbell. But it really is just about that, about being interesting, magnetic, relatable, you know, talking about things that people in your area give a toss about. It's not hard.
And on that note, I'll see you next week for the next Paul Travers versus Watkins. Thanks for joining me today, and I look forward to you next week.
Thank you.